So, as an amateur programmer, you are probably wondering, how do I become a professional? The thing about becoming a professional from amateur status, and this isn't just programming, it's for any line of work that goes from amateur to professional, people have three misperceptions about what it means to make that switch. The very first thing holding you back is you think that a professional should know everything. So a professional Kotlin programmer knows all about the Kotlin language. I know a lot about the Kotlin language, but I don't know all of it. And in fact, what would I say? Maybe I know 30% of what's actually out there. The thing is, I don't need the final 70% to be a professional. So I can make my own apps, I can make client apps, and I can learn those extra percents as I go if I need them. So professionals don't know everything. The second point is that people think professionals learn by reading a lot. And yes, it's true, we do read, we watch videos like you're watching this video. We also learn from other people. But the learning that we do has very little to do with reading. The learning that professionals do has a lot to do with what they do. I.e., we don't just sit there and passively try to absorb knowledge. Instead, we will make an application or go, that looks like a nice feature, let's add it. And we'll open up a whole world of pain, a whole can of worms, trying to implement that feature. But what we learn by the end is how to implement that feature, which increases our knowledge base. Far, far broader than just reading alone. The final thing is the amateur transition to professional. People think it happens instantly, but it doesn't. So I would ask you, what is a professional? And I bet you can't actually answer that question honestly, because no one really knows. They just think it means you have a lot more skill than an amateur, which is true. But if we bring up a chart of skill versus time, you might imagine that it goes a little something like this, from 0 down here to whatever your maximum skill is going to be. And then people will arbitrarily go, well, a professional must be sort of here and up. But that's not the case. I would define a professional as someone who gets paid to do what they like doing anyway. That's me. So it doesn't matter if you're here on the skill time chart, or here or here or here, whatever it is, as long as you are getting those dollars, you are now a professional. So those are the three misperceptions about pros that people have, and I feel that in those misperceptions, people hold themselves back, so they never cross the Rubicon from amateur to professional. So, I hope you've learned something, and I'll see you next time. If you have an idea for an app, website, or piece of software, then before you build anything, listen to this. You need to know whether or not your idea is actually viable and valuable in terms of money. So to help you with that process, I've put together a PDF called the Software Entrepreneur's Flowchart. It allows you to take an idea, put it in the top of the funnel, and work it down through the flowchart so you can understand the areas you need to focus on and some of the potential pitfalls that you may come across. The whole idea behind this spreadsheet is to save you a whole bunch of time when thinking up new ideas, developing them, and launching them. You can get it totally for free at imdev.net/software.